Welcome back to Maui Mallard and Cold Shadow. I don't have anything else to say, it's time for level 7. And welcome to the realm of the dead, where we're always being watched. So we're almost at the home stretch of this game. The last thing we need to do to find Shaboom Shaboom is return Kwaku to his resting place, and he will reveal the location of Shaboom Shaboom. However, that resting place lies in a place that is covered from head to toe in bones and zombies. So there's really not a whole lot new being introduced to this level. This is pretty much just the same old. However, there is one new enemy, and that is the zombie duck. The zombie duck is just a standard enemy. If you attack him, he will send out a flying bone that will home in on you as a counterattack. And as you shoot him, he starts to, I wouldn't say decay, but I guess you could say that the meat off his bones is falling off, to the point that when you kill him, they fall completely off, and nothing's left but his skeleton. Also, you might notice that there's some green stuff in the air, and that would be ectoplasm. And ectoplasm, funnily enough, functions just like water, so we can use our bug gun to propel ourselves around the ectoplasm. And the other new enemy is a ghost duck face, I guess. He kind of just shows up at random. He doesn't really do anything except just float around in the ectoplasm. And that's pretty much it. He'll disappear after a couple of seconds of not hitting him, and then he'll reappear somewhere else. Come to think of it, I think this is the first level that we actually use Maui and Cold Shadow simultaneously the most. The closest to this would probably be like level 5, I guess, because of having to switch between Maui and Cold Shadow to use those vine springs. But other than that, most of the levels have been mostly dedicated to either Maui or Cold Shadow individually rather than simultaneously. And here's one of the strangest additions to the level. It's a duck boat made out of bones. It doesn't really do anything outside of getting you across the deadly fog that is below you, so I'm not exactly sure why they would go with this. I mean, even in the Mega Drive version, it makes more sense, kind of, but at the same time, it would probably make more sense just to put platforms there that would break after a while. Or just an extra little island of land would be pretty alright. I'm not quite sure why the boat's there. I guess it's just there for aesthetic reasons. So this level is kind of interesting because it's sort of a compilation of all the mechanics that we've learned throughout the game, and I don't know. I never would imagine a Realm of the Dead being a series of very large duck-like structures and a gigantic eye staring at you the entire time, and most of the ground composed of bones. I don't know. It's interesting in a really strange way. So I haven't mentioned it yet, but that fog-like area at the very bottom of the level, that actually will kill you instantly if you touch it. That's not the case for the Mega Drive version, luckily, but for here, it's instant death, and but that's not too much of a problem because we're just stacked on lives, so... And now it's time for Stage 2, and Stage 2 is an escort mission and a moving wall of death level. So we need to escort Kwaku up to the very top of this very large tower, and behind him, the level is going to continuously move a instant kill fog behind him, so you need to not only make sure that he's safe, you also have to make sure that you're constantly moving upwards. The only thing that's going to impede your progress is the duck spirits that will try to grab onto Kwaku. They'll either try to grab onto him from the left or right, and if they grab on both sides simultaneously, it actually slows them down a little bit. But still, you don't want them grabbing onto Kwaku, because if they reach the end of the play area, then that will instantly kill you, because you failed your objective. surprisingly, the alternate ammos in this game actually have a pretty good use in this section, because sometimes there'll be a spirit that will come from underneath you, and getting down there will be pretty risky, so it'd probably be easier just to use a fire shot and hope that it hits it. And the electric shot is pretty good for taking out small crowds when they are like bunched up together. So this section's pretty straightforward. That's pretty much all that there is to talk about. There will be certain parts where you can't progress any further until Kwaku reaches a certain point, because once he reaches that point, he'll start spawning small platforms for you to jump on. And other than that, that's pretty much the gist of this entire stage, and it's a little longer than I really wish it would be. And it's a lot worse in the Mega Drive version, which we'll talk about when we get there. And we're just about reaching the top, and at the top we'll see that there's an extra life and a continue doll just sitting up there by themselves. And this is actually the first time we've ever seen a continue doll available outside of the bonus level, so I guess there's that. And that's the end of the level. There wasn't a boss for this one, but the next level will make up for that. And one last thing we should probably take a look at is the bonus stage. I've been skipping them for the most part throughout the Let's Play, but I think we should take another look at this one, so that way we can see how difficulty ramps up throughout the entire game. And for the bonus stage, the difficulty is gauged by simply moving the stars further and further apart, to the point that it's really hard to be able to jump from star to star. You really have to get right on the edge of the hitbox just to be able to make it go. So I don't really think that's tough. I just think it's a little unnecessary to some degree. But then again, this is the last bonus stage, so let's enjoy it while it lasts. And that's the level. I hope you join me next time. See ya.